In this edition of NewsMakers, we attend a press event announcing the launch of a new program to give middle and high school age students with substance abuse problems a second chance at a healthier lifestyle. County School Board Vice Chair Mary Hines and School Board Chair Abby Raphael talked about why such an initiative was considered necessary.
Based on the surveys that we do, that significant numbers of our kids are involved in using drugs and alcohol.
In a recent survey, we found that 27% of Arlington 8th graders reported that they'd used alcohol. 28% of our 12th grade students tell us that they engaged in binge drinking in just the last month. And nearly half of our 12th graders report that they have tried some kind of illegal drug. And particularly troubling, I think, is the fact that only 56% of our 12th grade students think that regular marijuana use is harmful.
So we have a lot of work to do, and we know that. It's not just what the kids tell us, it's what the scientists tell us, though, that makes us doubly concerned. We know a lot more than we did when we were teenagers about the impacts and the effects of alcohol and drugs on the development of the teenage brain. It affects the young people's behaviors and their attitudes in ways that I think as a community we have to find troubling. There are important effects on how well your memory works and on the development of your brain and your capacity to make good decisions. We know from research that the younger that a young person begins to use alcohol, the more likely it is that they'll become addicted in their life or struggle with addiction issues over their life. All of these are reasons why we need to find a way to intervene in this behavior.
Okay, the Second Chance program is a fantastic program that the county has embraced in all aspects. It is a 3-day early intervention program. It's not a pure prevention program. It's for those kids who have been identified as early users of alcohol or drugs. And it is designed to get them back on track, to bring their parents into the conversation, and to make a big deal out of what they're doing in their lives that could affect them long term.
Well, it's very different, and as the name suggests, we want to give students a second chance. So if it is their first time being involved with drugs or alcohol, they can avoid the consequences of a criminal prosecution or a suspension, which is a very serious thing to have on their record, and go into an education program. We really realize that having students sit home during a suspension and miss school and be criminally prosecuted is not going to get them necessarily back on track to a healthy lifestyle, and what they really need is education and their parents to be involved to understand this and get them back on track.
We were one of the original committee members, and we tried to develop a program that would take the youthful offender who has maybe been experimented or subjected to this with a group of his peers and get them the help they need, as opposed to giving them a criminal record and going through the court system.
So it's another tool that law enforcement has, that obviously parents, school administrators have to avoid the trauma and the stress of criminal prosecution, and to allow young people who do get involved with drugs or alcohol and have a first-time episode to go through Second Chance and come out without any kind of criminal prosecution.
Well, the whole point of this program is that it's not creating a record for the student the way a suspension does, or certainly a criminal prosecution. It is an opportunity. It is a second chance for a student to get back on track. And so by following them, we're following them to help them be successful throughout the year.
My hopes for the program is that we will get the attention of the families, we will get the attention of the children, and it will not be the norm that kids are drinking a half a fifth of vodka on the weekends. That it will be something that they understand can impact their lives, their future, and that we as a community will support the positive decisions. So we will see fewer kids using drugs and alcohol, certainly to the degree that they're using it, the amounts that they're using, but preferably not using it all and postponing that till they're older and their bodies can handle it.
As hard as they may try, scientists and actuaries will never be able to put a value on any one person's life that we can all agree on. This program may potentially save many, and on many different levels.
That's it for this edition of NewsMakers on AVN, Arlington, Virginia Network.